Okay, so I did want to briefly touch on how important it is to actually do your research before you decide to get a laser treatment. So just a little bit of a backstory. Before I decided to get laser treatment at Milan, I live in Missouri, and there is a small owned business over on the Kansas side. It's just literally over the state line. It's like 10 miles from me or whatever. So I went there to get laser hair removal done. So not all lasers are made equally. That is why you need to do your research. So the place that I went to, I'm not saying that they were lying. I'm just saying that they don't educate you on the different lasers, and so basically they're selling you on theirs. It's not necessarily, they don't blatantly lie, but it's almost like omitting some of the truth type of lie. But I don't believe that they did it in a malicious way. I just believe that they're a small owned business. We just gonna give you the facts. If you don't ask the question, you're not gonna get the answer type stuff. Long story short, that particular business was set up by, I would pay every session, right? So they had a deal that they had, and you could get your full body done for $150. So I got like my whole leg, my Brazilian, my stomach strip, my armpits, and then something random. No, I don't think I got my toes. I don't know. I think that might have been it. But yeah, so like my whole body done for $150 per session, which is pretty dirt cheap. So I went to my first session, and I don't know, it was probably the Holy Spirit nudging me, this ain't what you're looking for type stuff. It was a great experience. They educated me well on their laser, and long story short, I find out that their laser, basically they're using an IPL laser. An IPL is still a laser, it's just a lesser laser. So it's not as strong, it doesn't have as much of a kick. Usually with an IPL, to see results, you have to have more visits. So let's say a laser hair removal treatment for me on my armpits, I only need 4 sessions. With an IPL, I might need 12 sessions, something like that. So later, I found out that my cousin actually went to this place as well, and she had the experience where she went in and they kind of told her, okay, this is how many sessions that we believe you're gonna need for your armpits, and she ended up needing way more sessions than that, and the hair never completely left. It just started to come back finer. And she was like, well, they kind of sold me, telling me the hair should basically not come back. Now, with an IPL, is that possible with some people? Absolutely. This is why I'm not just going to blatantly say that these people flat out lied, because I don't believe that's the case. So with an IPO, it's definitely possible. Some people get results and it's like, oh, the hair isn't coming back, and then they probably have to maintenance ever so often. With a laser, the results are more permanent. Usually your hair, at least for the majority, I'm not speaking in absolutes here. So yeah, with a laser or a stronger laser, the results are more permanent. So you'll see people say that they had it 6 years ago and now they feel like they only need to go in for maintenance. So let's say I get it done now. So for example, Milan promises to completely get rid of your hair the first time. So what they're trying to say is, we can get rid of your hair in the state that your body is in right now. But I also like that Milan does lifetime visits. So let's say I have a baby and my hormones change, and so hair starts to come back. I can go back and get another visit, but that $6,000 that I paid covers my armpits, my Brazilian, and my stomach strip. So I don't have to pay a maintenance fee or anything like that. It's already been paid in full, and I can just go back and get this maintenance as much as I choose to. As much, and I don't want to say as often. I'm pretty sure they still err on the side of caution and have you do it maybe every 5 weeks. So yeah, that is the difference. So I just strongly want to encourage you to please do your research so that you don't end up wasting money. I do want to mention, like, one of the reasons I ended up going with Milan is, number one, they have a really great reputation. It was between them and Ideal Image, and I'm not saying Milan has never done anything wrong. I'm not saying that customers at Milan have like never experienced wrongdoing, whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is, I believe that if Milan has done wrong, they've done a bang up job of making their wrongs right, because they don't have a lot of negative reviews, and you can tell that these are from real people. It's not like they have bots on there or whatever, or they probably could have some bots, but you can tell that these are from regular everyday people who just have like grammatical errors in their reviews and things like that, and they're just genuine reviews. So some of those people could have been wrong, but Milan made it right. So now they got a good review out of that person. You know what I mean? So I don't expect them to be perfect, but I did appreciate that they had a really good reputation. I appreciate that to the people who are going to be doing my services are licensed nurses. So they have to have a medical degree in order to even be in the room with you. They also said, this part, I don't know, the medical degree one, they may not be lying because that's your reputation on the line. But the one, they said that they have to get extensive training in schooling into how to use the laser. I don't know how true that is, because honestly, they could just have like a little retreat that they go on when they first start, like a group of them, learn how to use the laser from, you know, somebody, and then they get certified. You know what I mean? So I don't know how extensive their use of the laser is. However, I believe that it is sufficient enough, and that the people who work there have had enough practice that they can do it on me. Okay? And I also appreciate, so there are 2 lasers that are highly effective. I can't remember either of their names, but one of them is one that's like NYK or YEK, Y-E-K, N-D-Y-E-K, something like that. Anyway, long story short, I found that out from a different source. And then I noticed that Milan uses a dual system laser. So they use one called Alex, and then the one we're just gonna call it YEK. They use Alec and YEK together, and YEK is supposed to be one of the most effective lasers. And so one of them, let's say the Alex pushes out the steam, the heat, and then the YEK pushes out the cool air, and then they kind of work together to minimize the burning sensation. So that's another reason why I decided to go with Milan. But please, especially the location that I went with, you know, it's made a great name for itself, especially today in the world where we're very lacking in customer service. I am very appreciative of a business of a business location that can keep their name clean. Okay, clean on Google at that. So it's not like I was reading the reviews on their website. They are clean on Google. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to go with Milan. Like I said, I am from the greater Kansas City, Missouri area, and I am using the Milan location located in Lee Summit, and I will continue to update you guys as I start to have my visits. Please drop questions in the comment section for me to answer. I did want to mention that even though I had my consultation today, I did not actually get laser hair removal done today, because I want them to be able to do all 3 areas that I'm wanting at once, and they're not able to do that until tomorrow. So once I do it tomorrow, I will leave another review. Hopefully I'll actually leave it tomorrow, but if not, I'll leave it sometime. But anyway, bye.